The Kangaroo with Magic Pockets. Once upon a time, in the heart of the golden grasslands, there lived a young kangaroo named Joey. He was not just any ordinary kangaroo. Joey had a special gift. His pouch was magical. It could hold anything he needed, whether it was a handful of fresh berries, a soft leaf blanket, or even a tiny glowing stone he had found by the river. One bright morning, Joey stretched his arms and yawned, feeling the warm sunlight on his fur. He was excited to start the day and explore the meadows, but as he hopped out of his cozy burrow, something felt wrong. He patted his belly and gasped, "My magic pocket! It's gone!" Joey cried out, his voice echoing through the quiet morning air. Frantic, he searched around his burrow, flipping over pebbles, rustling through tall grass, and even checking behind the old log where he kept his favorite treasures. But no matter how hard he looked, his pocket was nowhere to be found. "Maybe it just slipped off while I was sleeping," he mumbled to himself, trying to stay calm. But deep inside, worry gnawed at him. His magic pocket had never left his side before. Just then, Joey heard a soft giggle nearby. His large ears perked up, and he turned toward the sound. It was Wally the Wombat waddling lazily past. "Wally!" Joey called, hopping over in a hurry. "Have you seen my magic pocket? It's missing!" Wally blinked sleepily. "Your pocket? No, I haven't, but I did hear some rustling in the grass early this morning. Maybe someone was playing a trick on you." "A trick?" Joey's eyes widened. "Who would do that?" Wally scratched his head. "Not sure, but I saw little footprints heading toward the big tree by the river. Maybe you should check there." Joey's heart thumped with new hope. If there were footprints, maybe they belonged to the one who took his pocket. "Thanks, Wally. I'll go check it out," Joey said, already hopping away. As he followed the trail of tiny footprints, he tried to think of who could have borrowed his pocket. It had to be someone small enough to leave such light tracks. Maybe Benny the Bandicoot? Or perhaps Lila the Lizard? Soon, the footprints led Joey to a bush near the riverbank. He pushed aside the leaves and spotted something unusual. A single small blue feather resting on the ground. "A feather?" Joey picked it up and twirled it between his fingers. He instantly recognized it. It belonged to Pip, the mischievous little bird who loved collecting shiny and soft things for his nest. "Pip," Joey groaned. "What have you done this time?" Joey's worry melted into determination. If Pip had taken his magic pocket, he had to get it back. He looked up at the towering tree nearby, where Pip often perched, singing songs and chattering away. "Pip!" Joey called, tilting his head back. "Come down here!" For a moment there was silence. Then a rustling sound came from the tree's highest branch, followed by a playful chirp. "Joey, what's the matter?" Pip's tiny voice called down. Joey waved the blue feather in the air. "I think you know, Pip. My magic pocket is missing, and I found this right along the trail leading here. Do you have something to tell me?" There was another rustling sound, and a moment later, Pip fluttered down to a lower branch, looking slightly guilty but still smiling. "Well," Pip started, shuffling his tiny feet. "I might know where your pocket is." Joey crossed his arms. "Where is it?" Pip tilted his head. "It's, helping someone stay cozy." Joey's eyes narrowed. "Helping someone stay cozy? Pip, my pocket isn't a blanket." Pip let out a nervous laugh. "It's a long story, but don't worry, I'll show you where it is." Joey let out a sigh of relief, but still felt a little nervous. At least he now knew who had his pocket. But why had Pip taken it, and what did he mean by making someone cozy? Determined to get to the bottom of it, Joey took a deep breath. "All right, Pip, take me to it." Pip gave a cheerful nod and flapped his tiny wings. "Follow me, Joey. Let's go on an adventure." And with that, the two friends set off, the mystery of the missing magic pocket leading them toward an unexpected journey. Joey followed Pip as the little bird fluttered ahead, his tiny wings flapping excitedly. They moved through the golden grass, hopping over rocks and weaving between bushes. Joey clutched Pip's blue feather tightly, his heart pounding with a mix of relief and curiosity. At least, he now knew who had taken his magic pocket. But what exactly had Pip done with it? As they neared the river, Joey couldn't hold back his frustration any longer. "Pip, you need to tell me, why did you take my pocket?" Pip twirled in the air, chirping playfully. "I didn't take it. I borrowed it. You see, I needed something soft, something warm, something perfect to help build my nest." Joey stopped in his tracks, his eyes widening. "You, borrowed it? For your nest?" Pip landed on a low-hanging branch and nodded proudly. "Exactly. It's so soft and cozy. I knew it would make the comfiest nest ever." Joey groaned and rubbed his forehead. "Pip, my pocket isn't just any pouch. It's magic. I need it back." Pip tilted his head. "I thought it was special. It was so light and strong, and it smelled like sunshine and fresh grass. But don't worry, Joey, I didn't ruin it or anything." Joey sighed. "I believe you, Pip, but I really need it back. My magic pocket isn't just for carrying things. It's part of me." Pip's playful expression softened. "Oh, I didn't think about that." He flapped his wings and nodded. "All right, Joey, I'll take you to my nest. It's up in the big gum tree ahead." Joey followed Pip toward a towering tree by the riverbank. Its branches stretched wide, its leaves rustling gently in the wind. Pip flew ahead and perched on a high branch where Joey could see a small, carefully woven nest nestled between two sturdy twigs. "There it is," Pip chirped, "on the coziest home in all the grasslands." Joey craned his neck, squinting at the nest. His heart skipped a beat when he spotted something familiar woven into its base, a soft, brown pouch, blending perfectly with the twigs and feathers. "My pocket!" Joey gasped. He bounced eagerly on his large feet. "Pip, bring it down!" Pip hesitated. Well, there's a small problem." Joey's ears perked up. "What kind of problem?" Pip fluffed up his feathers nervously. "I may have already filled my nest with lots of fluffy things, and now it's all stuck together. If I pull out your pocket, my whole nest might fall apart." Joey's tail drooped. "Pip!" The little bird fluttered down to Joey's shoulder. "But wait, I have an idea. I'll give it back. If you help me find something else soft for my nest. That way, I won't lose my cozy home and you'll get your magic pocket back." Joey crossed his arms, considering the offer. It wasn't exactly fair. After all, Pip had taken his pocket without asking. But Joey knew Pip didn't mean any harm. And besides, if helping Pip meant getting his pocket back safely, it was worth a try. Joey sighed. "All right, Pip, deal, but we need to find something just as soft." Pip clapped his tiny wings. "Yay! I knew you'd say yes." Joey tapped his chin, thinking, "Okay, what about soft grass? There's plenty of it around." Pip shook his head. "Too scratchy." "Fluffy clouds?" Joey joked. Pip giggled. "Nice try, but I can't reach the sky." Joey glanced around, then his eyes landed on a nearby bush covered in tiny white flowers. He plucked a few petals and held them out. "How about these? They're soft and they smell nice too." Pip sniffed the petals and chirped excitedly. "Ooh, these are perfect!" Joey grinned. Then, let's gather a bunch. The two friends worked together, collecting the softest petals and leaves they could find. Pip eagerly added them to his nest, fluffing them into place. After a few minutes, he hopped back and admired his work. "Looks even better than before," Pip said proudly. He turned to Joey with a bright smile. "All right, a deal's a deal. You can have your magic pocket back." Joey's heart swelled with relief. "Thank you, Pip." Pip carefully pulled out the magic pocket from his nest and fluttered down, placing it gently in Joey's paws. Joey hugged it close, feeling the familiar warmth of its magic. "Good as new," Pip said with a wink. "And hey, thanks for helping me make my nest even cozier." Joey laughed. "Next time, just ask before borrowing my pocket, okay?" Pip nodded eagerly. "I promise!" Joey smiled, slipping the magic pocket back where it belonged. He felt whole again. As the sun began to set, the two friends sat by the river, watching the golden light shimmer on the water. Joey had set out to find his missing pocket, but in the end, he had also found something else, a stronger friendship with Pip. And little did he know, his adventure wasn't over just yet. Joey held his magic pocket tightly, feeling its familiar softness. He was relieved to have it back, but something still tugged at his heart. He glanced up at Pip's nest, now lined with the soft white petals they had collected together. Though Pip had returned the pocket as promised, his cheerful energy had dimmed just a little. Pip fluttered onto Joey's shoulder, sighing. "It's not quite the same, you know?" Joey tilted his head. "What do you mean?" Pip puffed up his tiny chest. "Oh, don't get me wrong. The petals are lovely, so fluffy and nice smelling. But your magic pocket was just perfect. It made my nest feel extra special." Joey chuckled. "Of course, it was perfect. It's magic." Pip flapped his wings, nodding. "Exactly. That's why it was so wonderful." He let out a small sigh. "But I understand. It belongs to you." Joey felt a small pang of guilt. He had been upset when Pip took his pocket, but Pip had never meant to be selfish. He had just been looking for comfort, a cozy place to call home. Joey glanced back at the nest. It was high up in the gum tree, woven carefully between two sturdy branches. The petals looked beautiful, their white edges glowing in the afternoon sun. But something still seemed missing. Then an idea popped into his mind. "Pip," Joey said thoughtfully, "what if we found something even better than my pocket? Something that makes your nest the comfiest place in all the grasslands?" Pip's beady black eyes widened. "Even better? What could be better than a magic pocket?" Joey grinned. "Let's find out." Pip perked up, flapping excitedly. A new adventure? I love it," Joey laughed. "All right then, let's get started." They set off together, searching for the softest, fluffiest materials the grasslands had to offer. First, they visited the tall reeds by the river. Joey plucked a handful and rubbed them between his paws. "These are soft," he said, handing them to Pip. Pip nestled his face into them and sneezed. "Too tickly," Joey chuckled and moved on. Next, they came across a burrow where a family of rabbits lived. The ground was covered in tufts of leftover fur from when the rabbits groomed themselves. Pip gasped. "Oh, this looks soft." He picked up a tiny clump and wiggled with excitement. "And it's warm, too." Joey grinned. "Looks like we found something even cozier than my pocket." Pip nodded eagerly. "But just to be sure, let's find one more thing." The two friends continued their search until they spotted a large dandelion puff floating in the breeze. Pip swooped up and caught it, giggling. "This is perfect," he chirped, tucking it under his wing. With their treasures gathered, they returned to the tree. Pip worked quickly, tucking the rabbit fur into the nest and placing the dandelion puff right in the center. When he was done, he fluttered back and admired his work. "Oh, Joey, it's even better than before!" Pip twirled in excitement. "It's soft, it's warm, and it smells like fresh grass." Joey smiled. "See? You didn't need my magic pocket after all." Pip beamed. "You were right, and now I have the best nest in the whole wide world." Joey laughed. "I'm glad we fixed it together." Pip looked at his friend with gratitude. "Thanks for helping me, Joey. You didn't have to, but you did anyway." Joey shrugged. "That's what friends do." As the sun began to set, casting golden light over the grasslands, Pip snuggled into his newly improved nest, letting out a happy sigh. "This is perfect," he murmured sleepily. Joey smiled, placing a paw on his magic pocket, feeling grateful for the unexpected adventure. He had started the day in a panic, worried about his missing pocket. But by the end of it, he had helped his friend, learned a lesson in patience, and even found something better than magic: friendship. With a happy heart, Joey hopped home, knowing tomorrow would bring even more adventures. As Joey hopped through the golden grasslands, the warm evening breeze ruffled his fur. His magic pocket was finally back where it belonged, snug and safe. But more than that, he felt lighter, happier. The adventure had started with worry, but it had led him to something even more special: helping a friend. The sky was painted in shades of pink and orange as the sun dipped lower. Joey turned back toward Pip's tree just to take one last look before heading home. He smiled when he saw the little bird curled up in his newly improved nest, his tiny chest rising and falling as he dozed. Joey chuckled softly. Guess all that nest building tired him out. Just as he was about to leave, Pip's eyes fluttered open. He stretched his wings and chirped sleepily. "Joey? You're still here?" Joey nodded. "Just making sure you're all settled in." Pip's feathers fluffed up happily. "Oh, I definitely am. This is the coziest I've ever been. I didn't think anything could be better than your magic pocket, but this nest? It's just perfect." Joey grinned. "Told you so." Pip hopped to the edge of his nest, looking thoughtful. "You know, Joey, I learned something today." Joey tilted his head. "Oh, yeah? What's that?" Pip flapped his wings once, as if gathering his thoughts. "I thought I needed your magic pocket to be happy, but what I really needed was a friend to help me when I made a mistake." Joey felt warmth spread through his chest. "Well, that's what friends do. They help each other." Pip nodded eagerly. "And they listen too. I should have asked before borrowing your pocket. I just got so excited that I didn't think about how you would feel." Joey chuckled. "I was pretty worried, but I know you didn't mean any harm." He placed a paw on his magic pocket. "And I think I learned something too." Pip's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "What is it?" Joey smiled. "At first, I thought the most important thing was getting my pocket back. But really, the best part of today was helping you make your nest even better. It turns out that the real magic wasn't in my pocket. It was in working together." Pip's beak parted in a wide, happy grin. "That's so true. Oh, Joey, this was the best adventure ever." The little bird suddenly flapped his wings excitedly. "Wait right here. I have something for you." Before Joey could ask what it was, Pip darted off into the branches of his tree. He rustled around for a moment, then swooped back down, holding something small in his beak. Joey blinked as Pip placed a soft blue feather into his paw. "For me?" Joey asked. Pip nodded eagerly. "Yup, it's one of my best feathers. Think of it as a thank you gift for helping me, for being patient, and for being the best friend a little bird could ask for." Joey twirled the feather between his fingers, touched by the gesture. "Thanks, Pip. I'll keep it safe." Pip puffed out his chest proudly. "Now, you have something special from me." Joey grinned and gently tucked the feather into his magic pocket. It wasn't enchanted like his pouch, but somehow it felt just as important. The stars were beginning to twinkle in the sky, and Joey knew it was time to head home. He stretched and let out a happy sigh. "Well, I guess I better get going. See you tomorrow, Pip?" Pip flitted up onto Joey's shoulder, giving him a playful nudge. Tomorrow, and the day after that, and every day after that. Who knows what adventure will go on next? Joey laughed. "As long as it doesn't involve losing my pocket again." Pip giggled. "Deal!" With one last cheerful chirp, Pip flew back to his nest, curling up in its soft warmth. Joey turned toward home, hopping along the moonlit path with a full heart. Today, he had lost something magical, but he had gained something even greater. And as he felt the tiny blue feather nestled safely in his pocket, he knew one thing for sure. The best kind of magic wasn't found in objects. It was found in kindness, in friendship, and in the adventures shared with those who truly cared. The end.